You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Mark Lynn. And to make sense of the US-Iran truce framework and also Israel's push to extend its control or expand its control over 70% of Gaza, we turn now to Ambassador Anil Trigunayat, former senior diplomat and expert on international affairs. Thank you very much, Ambassador Trigunayat. Now, how do you, view the US-Iran truce framework? Does it actually represent genuine de-escalation, or it's just some sort of a tactical pause?
I think now they are heading towards some kind of an agreement. It appears that they have agreed for a 60-day ceasefire already, and we can trust the statement made by J.D. Vance, which are quite categorical in this regard, and the Iranians have also been talking about it. Our only clinching point is what to do with the 440 kilograms of uranium enrichment. I understand that the Iranians probably are agreeable to send it either to China or to Russia. But both of those are strategic adversaries of United States, so it doesn't want them to have the ready-made material available. I think they want to have it themselves. And since there is a tremendous trust deficit, the Iranians don't trust that. So that's one of the sticking points. And secondly, of course, the Strait of Hormuz, I believe that there is some kind of agreement has already been reached. On the only other thing remaining is that how much of the sanction relief they will get, how their frozen funds will be given. But those exact details are not coming out at the moment because there will be the negotiations for many of the things will start after the initial agreement of the MOU.
Also, with regard to Israel, now Israel aims to expand its control to 70% of Gaza. What is this signaling? I mean, does it want, I mean, is the political map already altered?
Well, I mean, Israel has, of course, been very clear about from the very beginning that it wants to create a neutral kind of territories around it. And that's why it has been expanding into the south of Lebanon. And this is precisely what it is doing, expanding from 53% to now already 64% of the Gaza they are controlling, which will be taken to roughly somewhere around 70% after earlier there was a yellow line, but the yellow line is no longer there. And I think that the President Trump's Board of Peace and all those agreements are still in a limbo because of the Iran-Israel war that is going on. So the distraction is being used by Israel to its advantage.
Indeed. So do you see that the US-Iran negotiations indirectly influence Israel's military calculus in Gaza, especially regarding the yellow line limits and also the stall truce? Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I agree with you totally. I mean, this is precisely what they've done is because initially they went ahead with the United States to bomb Iran and all, but ever since that ceasefire started in Iran, between Iran and the US, they have started focusing more on their immediate territory because that's what is more concerning for them, whether it is Hezbollah or the Hamas. So they want to have the safe zones completely so that in future they don't face the same kind of attacks or the problems that they've been facing from either Hezbollah or Hamas. So I think that they are very clear in their objectives. How far they'll be successful remains to be seen.
So with multiple regional actors, watching closely in the Gulf states, there's Hezbollah, Turkey also. What realistic risks exist? I mean, that this is much bigger than we are talking.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of risks because even this ceasefire, which we hope will be agreed to, and the war will come to an end because that is impacting all the world, including India, a great deal. So it is having both economic and energy crisis for the rest of the world. I mean, including all the Gulf countries, they are in a very bad shape. So obviously, going forward, once this agreement happens and there is a genuine ceasefire, that is carried forward in the reasonable negotiations because both sides have had their maximalist demands, although there have been some adjustments on all sides that have been seen. But I believe that the region is basically very, very volatile and anything can happen because there are a large number of hotspots in the region, not only this particular war or the Gaza war, but there are others also. Which are causing a lot of problem, and then the countries in the region are also flexing their muscles in different parts of the world, especially in Africa. So I think that there is a greater volatility there, and that's why We have to simply keep our fingers crossed, and as India is working on dialogue diplomacy, hopefully that might function eventually.
So, looking ahead, Ambassador Trigunayat, what's the most plausible scenario for the next 3 months? I mean, do you see a stabilized truce? Do you see some sort of a negotiated settlement, or slide
Well,
back
I
right
think
into
that,
war?
yeah, I think that, there are three actors there mainly. One is Iran, the other is US, third is Israel. Israel is not happy about this particular agreement or MOU that will keep Iran possibility of becoming a nuclear power later. United States will be happy with the thing that if there is somehow it is just that claims are made that that Iran will not become nuclear, which they have been mentioning all along. So obviously that their positions are very different in that. The threat perceptions that Iranians or the Israelis have against each other has not gone anywhere. I mean, they are very much part of it. So therefore, this kind of a charge it can anytime happen and ignite the whole region once again. But for the time being, I think that there would be some kind of a negotiated settlement because the military option cannot resolve anything, and that the Americans know, Iranians know, and Israelis know.
Final question, Ambassador Trigunayat. How does this impact India? Would India be, eager that some sort of truce takes place?
Well, India, as you know, has been very, very eager, and we have feared this particular escalation forever. For the last 47 years, not only us, the whole world, in fact, has been wanting somehow that this is avoided. And it was avoided because the United States was on board that there will be no direct war between Iran and Israel, and it did not happen. But once the United States decided to side with Israel and attack, then obviously the whole thing became conflagrated beyond point, and that's what precisely happened. We have seen the impact, direct impact of the Strait of Hormuz closure, a double blockade which is taking place there, which is impacting India's economy. We are seeing on daily basis what the problems are happening. The cost of oil has gone up, but with the I think the hope that there will be ceasefire. I think that Brent has gone down by 18% or so. So that directly impacts on
Right.
us. It's not only the oil, it's the fertilizers, it's the helium,
Absolutely.
it's many other petrochemical products and all. So for us, there is a direct. I always say that West Asia has an existential importance for us. But now we'll have to start thinking of branching out so that we don't tend to put all our eggs in one basket.
We leave it there. Thank you very much, Ambassador Trigunayat. Thank you for putting that into perspective for us.